Alright guys, so there's been more information about Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires from the series producer Akihiro Suzuki in an interview posted by Dengeki Online and translated by BlackKite on Siliconera. Let's check it out. So in this interview, Suzuki basically explains the evolution of the domestic system in the Empire series, the pros and cons of developing games on next-gen consoles, and the decision to change the battle system. This is getting really interesting. So I've kind of already read it and I kind of have a firm understanding of the entire article. So I'm basically going to break it down to you. If you guys want to read the full article, I'll leave it in the description. I'll also leave BlackKite, who is a translator, in the description. So follow him on Twitter for more up-to-date news because as you can see, this is the day old. So here's the interview itself. As I said, I'm just going to summarize basically what he's saying here. So Dengeki asks, domestics have also become a point in the Empire series, but will its content be the same as before? And Suzuki replies, talking about the evolution of the Empire series strategy and how it was simple at first with 4 empires because they didn't know how the audience would react to strong strategy elements like from Roman to the 3 Kingdoms. And so in Dynasty Warriors 7 and 8 empires, they basically reached a system close to the actual Roman to the 3 Kingdoms strategy game. And the fact, this is the most important sentence of this paragraph right here. This time, as in Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, we're also putting about the same level of strength into domestics. That basically means they're not looking to downgrade the domestic system in Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. It's gonna be as good as a 7 or 8 empires in their domestic system. So that is good news. That is great news actually. They're not taking any step backs. And in the second question, Dengeki asks, Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires will also be released on new generation consoles. On new generation consoles. What do you think the advantages and disadvantages of changing hardware are? And Suzuki basically replies, there's 2 major advantages, and that's having a lot more enemies on screen and the improved visuals. Oh wait, there's more. He also talks about being able to stabilize the frame rate while leveling up everything. So basically, upgrading in next gen has been an overall upgrade, which is, it's simple really. An upgrade is an upgrade, put simply. And as for disadvantages, he actually did not list any hardware disadvantages because he doesn't think that they exist. He actually went out and talked about software disadvantages, aka the pricing of video games in the next gen. We already know that in recent video game releases such as the upcoming NBA 2K21, it's coming out $70 retail in the US. I don't know translated prices, but yeah, the pricing of games might go up. One company already did it. It only takes a moment for the rest to just follow suit. So Akihiro Suzuki actually mentioned the fact that prices of games are going up, and that actually shows a little bit of concern for his consumers, which is very appreciated. Thank you, Suzuki. And this is the last really important paragraph of the article. Basically, he says right here, this is actually really important. So this is talking about the game system itself, like why they changed the battle system. And so it is changed. So Suzuki also mentioned that the team tried to implement the usual supply line based battle system on the large scale maps of Dynasty Warriors 9. However, they ended up getting bad gameplay tempo that could not be established into battle. And then how they chose to combat that. So that's the facts right there, right? They say that they tried to implement the usual supply line based battle system that we've been used to 4 through 8 empires. And they tried to add it into Dynasty Warriors 9, but they couldn't. It resulted in bad gameplay tempo. And I can actually simulate that in my head. When you play Dynasty Warriors 9, imagine taking outpost to outpost and eventually until you get to the main camp and you clear that. I can see how that would be very bland and very slow in the pacing of the game. So maybe that's what they were talking about. I'm not really sure. We're not the ones making the game, but that's how we can speculate really. And so on the other hand, they noted that the scale of the castles have become really large than any prior iteration. That is true. The castles are huge. The castles could be one map on Dynasty Warriors 8. I've shown how big these locations are in a previous video. If you guys want to check that out, I'll probably put that in the iCard right up top right there if you guys want to check that out. So how they combated the fact that the supply line based battle system would result in bad gameplay tempo, how they combated that was The team thought it would be more interesting if they could probe into actually creating siege battles, which is why the battle system, this is very important guys, the battle system in Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires will focus on castle sieges. Now, they already kind of released this information, but they didn't really, like, when they released the information at the announcement, it was just like, oh, they're bringing back siege battles, like in the update of Dynasty Warriors 9. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I mean, I guess that makes battles a little bit more interesting. But it seems like they're really putting a lot of focus into these siege battles, which means maybe it's a complete upgrade from the actual update that we got in Dynasty Warriors 9. That is exciting. But this also raises some concerns for me. So the facts are that the battle system in Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires will focus on castle sieges. In my mind, I'm speculating the battles could be a lot smaller in scale than I probably would have thought from the start. Hopefully this is a plus, but this can go either way with me. In this last paragraph right here, it basically summarizes what we've already known. So marriage is coming back, sworn siblings coming back, photo mode is coming back, and the character create system is coming back, but improved by Neo 2's character creation system. And in this last sentence right here, it basically says the release date is in early 2021 for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So that is very good. That is basically all the news. With that being said, make sure to follow BlackKite on Twitter. He actually has a lot more information on his Twitter from the interview. So we only covered Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires news, but in BlackKite's Twitter, he actually translated all of the interview, where Akihiro Suzuki talked about, you know, the collaboration titles, he talked about the series as a whole, he talked about a lot more stuff. So go check out BlackKite's Twitter if you want to see those. I won't be covering them, so I'm only covering the Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire stuff. So make sure you follow BlackKite on Twitter and just show him some love, man. He deserves it. He deserves it for real. Alright, and that is all from me. And if you guys liked the video, like the video. If you guys want to see more Dynasty Warriors 9 news or gameplay videos, subscribe and leave a comment about what you thought about the news. Take care.